Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Mickey and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be testing out a full face of some ColourPop. Everything that I have gotten from them so far is absolutely amazing. I love their highlighters. They're super duper blinding. They're creamy. They're pigmented. Their eyeshadows are blendable. They're creamy. They're pigmented. Their liquid lips are just amazing, okay? So anything that I've gotten from ColourPop has always just been so great, but there are so many things that I have not tried that ColourPop just busted out with, like the foundation, some new concealer shades, all that good stuff. So we're going to be digging into that and we're going to be doing a full face of it. Honestly, I really don't want to include this in my intro, but I feel like I have to, just as a warning. Disclaimer, if you are sensitive to explicit language or if you are easily offended, honey, you are in the wrong place. Most of my reactions on video are real-time reactions, all right? So an F word might slip out here and there, or I might say shit. I am a no filter bitch, so if you do not like that, do not watch my videos, change the channel. You're in the wrong place. So anyways, if you guys are interested in seeing a full face done with ColourPop, then just stay tuned. I don't know why my face is red today, but it's like super duper red, so hopefully this foundation can cover it. I've already washed, moisturized, primed my face. I primed my face with the e.l.f. Prep and Blur Stick. First, we're gonna go in with foundation. So I have the No Filter foundation here, and this is in the shade Fair, which I believe is their lightest shade. Now I really like the bottle that it's in. It's glass. You can actually lock it and unlock it. So if you're traveling, this is probably a good thing to have. I'm gonna take my microfiber fusion sponge. Now I recently did a video on this, and if you did not see it, you should definitely watch it. I will leave a little link up here in the eye. I'm just gonna take a couple of, oops, already got one. I'd say 2 pumps right there. Oh, wow. This is giving me quite a bit of coverage. There's really no scent to it that I'm smelling. It kind of just smells like foundations. I hope this doesn't dry completely matte. I have to say though, with my under eye, I'm not really seeing any discoloration coming through, which normally with most foundations I do. Then again, this sponge literally gives you like as much coverage that will come out of that foundation. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest here. And I'm going to do the other side with a brush so we can see if we get like the same amount of coverage. Basically, 2 pumps got my entire right side of my face done. So I'm going to go ahead and take my flat top kabuki brush. I'm just going to do another pump on the palette. With the brush, I'm not really seeing as much coverage as over here. I'd say it's medium coverage, but over here it's more like high medium coverage. So I'm going to go over it with the sponge so I can kind of flatten out the brush marks. It is sitting on the skin very, very nicely. It doesn't feel like super thick. I have some dry patches going on my forehead, but it's not really accentuating those, so that I am definitely happy about. Next, I'm gonna go in with concealer. I have the No Filter concealer right here. Now, I have purchased their concealer before they did like the whole adding new shade ranges, and I got the Fair 5 because I believe that was the lightest shade that they had available at the time. This thing, you guys, is so freaking yellow. It's just too yellow. I don't even think that they sell the Fair 5 anymore. Let's compare the two, and here is the Fair 2, and that is super white. Oh, dang. Yeah, that's super white. The one thing about the ColourPop concealers is if you do have dry skin or like dry under eyes, it will pick up on that. That's the one thing I really don't like about the ColourPop concealers because they're not really dry skin friendly. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more concealer. So far, I am definitely loving this concealer. I don't know if they changed formulas or anything like that. It's very glowy, not like completely matte, and it's definitely hiding the discoloration under my eyes, which I am most happy about. Next, I have the ColourPop No Filter Sheer Pressed Powder, and this is in the shade Fair. I've also reviewed before the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder, and I absolutely love this stuff because it's the only setting powder that I have found so far that does not change the color of my concealer after setting it. We have a little compact here, and it comes with a mirror. I really, really like this because if you need to take this in your purse for touch-up, it's very, very slim, and you can just put it in your purse. First, I'm going to take a small tapered brush, and I'm just gonna pop into the pressed powder here. So I'm not seeing any super like color changing on this one as well. But as soon as I put it on top of the concealer and foundation, it's almost like it picked it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and try my sponge here, and I'm just gonna take a little bit. Okay, yeah, the sponge is way better. I'm telling you guys, this sponge is like a freaking miracle. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna have to zoom you guys in here after I'm done setting my face so I can show you guys what is going on the forehead and that place where the brush kind of picked up all the foundation and concealer. But before I do that, I'm gonna set my entire face with a powder brush. So I'm just gonna go in and set the areas where I'm gonna be adding powder here shortly. So I'm hoping the camera is going to pick this up, but around my forehead here, it is very blotchy, patchy. I'm not really sure how to explain it. Basically, I look like a cake face right now. I'm seeing a lot of just patchiness going on my face here. Now, here's a little area where the brush kind of took away the coverage of the concealer and the foundation. My chin is always my problem area. It always either separates or doesn't set or whatever. That's exactly what is happening right now. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I don't know if it's the foundation. I don't know if it's the pressed powder. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take the loose powder. I'm gonna go ahead and take my sponge and I'm gonna see if we can kind of fix this a little bit. Oh, wow. Okay, so the loose setting powder definitely fixed my chin area. It's not as separated as before. I'm just going to set the rest of the areas where it's kind of patchy and weird. Girl, I am looking cakey as all hell right now. And as you can see, I am very freaking porous. Like, my pores have just come out to say hello. As for my dryness, I'm not seeing anything cling to like weird dry patches or anything like that. So that part of this foundation slash powder is a good thing, I would think. By my nose area, I look so cakey. I'm really not sure I like this foundation and pressed powder combo. I'm not even sure I like the foundation because it's really not working together with the pressed powder or the loose powder right now. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how this kind of like settles into the skin. The next product I'm gonna be using is the Precision Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Bangin' Brunette. Whoa. This is the pencil. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the tip is so long. I do like the fact that this is a twist top. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the brow. Whoa, okay, so one swipe. I got a bunch of pigment here. I would say do this pretty light-handedly. It doesn't really feel comfortable holding this long-ass pencil. As for the pigment is definitely there. This is very, very creamy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can blend this. Hopefully we don't get any eyebrow balls. So far, so good. I'm not seeing any balling up of the product. I feel like it's easily blendable. It's very easy to apply. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow off camera and I will be right back. Now we're gonna go into what I'm most excited about. The only thing I saw people talking about this was shit. They were talking shit about it. And I have no idea why, because to me this palette is absolutely beautiful. This is the ColourPop Fortune palette. Look at these beautiful shades. Now they did have another one. This is the Fortune palette, and they had the Fame palette, which was a lot of cool tones, but a lot of the cool tones didn't really appeal to me. And plus, because fall is coming, this just kind of screamed my name, so I went ahead and got this. We're just gonna kind of wing it. I think I'm gonna take the color Wiser. I already have some eyeshadow primer on, so I'm just gonna take that color. Whoa, that is not the shade that I thought was gonna show up. It does not look like this at all in the pan. I mean, I definitely like the color, it just wasn't the color that I was expecting. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to blend that all over the lids. I believe ColourPop is one of the most affordable, most pigmented, blendable, beautiful eyeshadows that they have. If you have not tried any ColourPop eyeshadows, you should definitely get on it. I'm gonna go into the color Rich or Riche. I don't know, it's R-I-C-H-E, Riche. Yeah, we're just gonna go with Riche. And we're gonna apply that on the hood of my eyes. I think I'm gonna go ahead with Trove here, and I'm gonna go ahead and place that below the orange color. Next, I wanna kind of darken my crease a little bit. I do this because, again, hooded eyes, we know. I'm gonna take this color down here called Strike It, and I'm gonna place that little bit below the plum color that we just added. It's a little patchy. I'm not saying like it's super horrible. I do have quite a bit of patchiness right here. I don't know why, but it just won't stick to my eyelid. It it might be because the primer maybe was a little not tacky, or maybe I didn't put enough. I also have a lot of patchiness on this eye here. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. I've been sitting here blending for quite a while now, and it just does not want to blend together. All other shades blended absolutely beautifully. For some reason, this one just does not want to blend anymore. We're gonna move along. I'm actually gonna cut my crease real quick, and we'll get back to the eyeshadow. We're gonna go ahead and apply some shimmer. I'm gonna go into Nuvo. Okay, it's not wanting to stick like at all. I'm just gonna take my pinky finger and dip into that Nuvo color. Oh yeah, sometimes the finger is the best. Wow. That's really, really pretty. I ended up taking the Nuvo color and putting that on top of the concealer, and all I did was take a angled brush and I took Oracle and actually lined the top. I feel like this looks so pretty. It kind of has like a really pretty shift to it. You can see Oracle above the orange, and I just really, really like how this is turning out. Next, we're gonna do the bottom lashes real quick, and I think I'm gonna take the Riche color that we used earlier, and I'm gonna put that on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take a smudge brush next, and we're gonna go into the same color Trove that we used earlier. I'm gonna put that closer to the waterline, so between the lash line and the waterline, if that makes sense, like right on the lash line. Next, I'm gonna take a flat liner brush, and I'm actually going into this color down here called Fortunate. I'm gonna put that onto the waterline. Last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this color called Cream, and I'm going to put that into the inner corner. Ooh, this is so pretty. And I've decided last minute that I'm gonna take Nuvo again. I'm going to add that right where I have my tear duct. I think that's all I'm gonna do for the eyes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add mascara, liner, and falsies, and I will be right back. The lashes I'm wearing are the Cocoa lashes in GG, and I really, really like these lashes because I feel like they just like open up my eyeballs. Next, we're gonna go into some blush. I didn't get any bronzer or any contour stuff just because fall, winter time, I don't really do any of that stuff. I just like to throw on a little bit of blush and be on my way. I have the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek right here, and this is in the shade Prenup, and it is a beautiful mauve rose color. Let me do a quick swatch for you. Oh my god, it is so creamy. Oh my goodness. This has kind of a bit of a sheen to it, like a little bit of shimmer. Ooh, it is so pretty. It's very, very subtle. So I think this is one of those blushes that you want to kind of build the pigment up slowly but surely. Oh, this feels so nice. As much as this is a creamy texture, it is not picking up the foundation. It's not moving anything underneath. I mean, of course, I did set my face, and normally when you put on a creamy product after you set your face, you can move the product around. So you're moving the powder and the foundation underneath, but I'm not seeing any of that. Now, I would advise to probably stipple on this blush rather than, you know, just dragging it across your cheeks. The second to last product is something that I've had for a while. This is the ColourPop Press Powder Highlighter, and this is in the color here, Kitty Kitty. I wasn't gonna go buy more highlighters because I just already have so much of them, and I know that ColourPop highlighters are freaking amazing. I'm just gonna take an e.l.f. highlighting brush, and I'm gonna take one sweep, and there we go. It is nice and coated. Ooh, look at that. It is so pretty. One thing I love about their highlighters is you can definitely build it up. Another thing that I love about these highlighters, because I've used them with other foundations, other powders as well, it does not accentuate any of your dry patches or any of your texture. Look at that glow. Woo! Put it on the Cupid's bow. Oh, so pretty. I can't stop looking at it. Next, I have the Luxe lipstick, and this is in the shade Still Crazy. I thought for the longest time that these were metal, but they're actually plastic. I mean, I'm not saying like that's bad or anything. They do have a little bit of weight to them. The other thing that I love about these lipsticks is the fact that there are little teeny tiny stars going all around the lipstick, and I think that that is just so adorable. Ooh, look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous. I can't really say what it smells like, but it smells almost vanilla-y, vanilla-y, maybe shea butter, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of coconut, I don't know. Those kind of smells just all kind of come together for me, like shea butter, cocoa butter, and coconut. They all kind of smell the same to me. Before I apply that lipstick, I'm actually gonna go in with one of their lip liners, and this is in the color Aquarius. This is one of my favorite colored lip liners. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips real quickly. Now we're gonna go in with the matte lip. I feel like this lipstick is very, very comfortable. I don't feel like it's drying like at all. I know it is a matte lip. There's no like matte feeling. It almost feels satin. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is more of like a satin matte kind of lipstick, because like I said, I'm just not seeing any of the flat matte going on. All right, so that was all the ColourPop products that I have. I actually pulled up the information for the foundation since I didn't know what kind of coverage it was and what kind of finish and all that stuff. And it says no filter natural matte foundation developed for the selfie age. Our buildable full coverage natural matte foundation delivers flawless looking skin from day to night. You guys can't see it, but there is a lot of breakage going on over here. A lot of it has just kind of come off my face. I haven't really been touching my face or anything like that. I do look quite dewy, which I don't know what's going on. I mean, it is hot in here, but I'm not like profusely sweating. I just really am not liking how the foundation is making me look like a cake face. It might be the pressed powder. I don't know. I'm going to have to try this foundation with other powders. I'm gonna have to try maybe this foundation even on by itself. Again, I don't know if you guys can see this, but the chin is super separating and I have lipstick on my teeth. The only word that I can find to describe this is just cakey and thick, like right here. Do you guys see that? It took that coverage and it's all on my finger, so I have no idea what's going on here. I really do not like that. The coverage, I can't say is full coverage either. I love the coverage, but it's not full coverage for me. I can actually see some of my hyperpigmentation kind of come through, but other than that, I would say that this is very high medium coverage. Onto this guy, the Fortune palette. I absolutely love the colors in this palette. Strike It for some reason just wasn't blending as well as the other ones. I don't know if it was my brush or maybe the eye primer that I had on. After I added the cut crease, I went and kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I think it might have just been my primer. I didn't apply it smoothly, so I need to work on that. For some reason, the new shade did not look like it was drying my under eyes. It didn't look completely matte, which I really loved. Honestly, I think that that pressed powder is doing something to not only the concealer, but the foundation. Underneath my eye area where I put the foundation, it also kind of looks cakey, and I'm just going to go ahead and blame it on the sheer pressed powder. One thing that I do know goes with this concealer is the no filter setting powder, the loose powder. So I don't know what it is with the pressed powder. It's just not the same. Everything on my face just looks really cakey and it's separating already, which doesn't make any sense to me since you saw me set my freaking face. I don't know. It might be because this is matte and, you know, setting your face also makes it more matte. I don't know. Maybe that's why it looks cakey. So I kind of want to try this with a more dewy foundation and see what happens. For this cream blush, the Super Shock blush, I just can't say enough about this. I just love how creamy it is. I love how pigmented it is. And look at that. It went on beautifully. It blended beautifully. I love the color. I love how there's a tiny bit of sparkle, like sheen to it. For the pressed powder highlights, absolutely love this stuff. I've had this for a while now, for a couple of months, and as you can see by the glow on my face, their highlighters are completely amazing. I can't say that these are as creamy as the blush, but they are very pigmented, very blinding, and very buildable. Look at that shine. They don't pick up any of the texture or the dryness on your face. It doesn't accentuate any of that stuff. This brow product, I don't know why this part right here is so long, because normal brow products, they would kind of cut off around this area, aside from it being super long, which I can deal with. This little twisty top is actually pretty difficult. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to, you know, twist it. And another thing is you can't put it back in. It only goes one way and that's out. Love how absolutely creamy this is. One little swipe and I had a nice pigmented line. It filled in my sparse areas beautifully, and I love that it does not ball up when you use the spoolie to blend it out. We did go in a little bit with the lipstick. Now it is definitely dried down completely, and it is still has a little bit of a shine to it, so I do not think that this is completely a matte lipstick. Alrighty, so that is everything that I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you actually know when I post my videos. And as always, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply want to talk shit, leave it all in the comment section below. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!